Hi everyone, welcome to Mona's Kitchen. Happy Sunday. I apologize for putting my post in a little bit later this afternoon, but I did grocery shopping and I wanted to make sure that what I wanted to make today was in the grocery store. So I had 3 different options and my number one choice was right here. So I'm very, very excited. So tonight, you're actually gonna get 2 recipes in one because we're going to be making fish tacos, and at the same time, we're gonna be making this creamy avocado slaw. That's unbelievable with this great, I love this recipe. I just created it about a month and a half ago. It's really good. It goes good with shrimp tacos. It's good as a salad dressing, and it's a creamy avocado dressing. So I'm kind of excited to share it with you. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna make the dressing for the slaw, mix up the slaw, and then we're gonna go over the cooktop and we're gonna make the fish tacos together, okay? So who's on? Hey Jerry, how are you? Okay, so let's get started. So one great thing about fish tacos is that you don't really have to buy a lot of things at the supermarket, and a lot of the things you probably have in your pantry. So one of the things that's really easy about fish tacos, at least the way I make it, is that I buy already made broccoli slaw. And this is the broccoli slaw that I got, and they have different combinations at the store. You could use regular coleslaw mixed if you want. This is a combination of red cabbage, white cabbage, and carrots, which is a great combination. So what's really great, you don't have to go through the process of making the slaw. You could just buy a bag and throw it in here. This is enough for 2 people. As I mentioned, most of my recipes, I like to have between 2 and 3 cups of vegetables per serving. So this will hit at least 1.5 cups for Doug and me for tonight. So I've got my slaw in my bowl. Now I'm going to make my dressing. So the creaminess of my avocado dressing, a lot of recipes that are out there utilize both sour cream and mayonnaise. And being that I'm a nutritionist and I really wanted to go healthier, I'm using avocado, a half of an avocado, and some Greek plain yogurt. So I'm making a recipe for 2 because it's Doug and me, but the recipe that will be online hopefully tonight will be a recipe for 4. So I'm taking a half of an avocado, but if you're making it for 4, you would take a whole avocado. And I'm putting it in my little personal blender because you're gonna blend it up. Just like so. The other things that you're going to be adding to the personal blender is some lime juice. So this is juice of 1 lime. It's about 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice. I'm also going to add some lime zest. I really like the skin of the lime, and what's great about the skin of the lime is that you get a lot of phytonutrients. You actually get more vitamin C from the skin of citrus fruits than you do from the inside. And the smell is just amazing. So I'm just gonna put some lime zest in my dressing. And then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of honey. So I'm gonna put right in here. Yum. And then I'm going to be using, as I mentioned before, instead of sour cream, I'm going to use some Greek plain yogurt. I use the Siggy's brand. I really like the Siggy's brand. It's not as sour as the other brands. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of milk. So you can use regular milk. I'm using unsweetened almond milk because you save on the calories. So it's just a few tablespoons. I'm just gonna put a little bit in at a time, just like that. And then I'm gonna add in a few spices. I'm gonna add in a little bit of chili powder. I'm gonna put in some garlic powder, just a little sprinkle, and a little bit of cumin. And that's it. And then what you're going to do is put the blade on, just like you would do. This is a Nutri Ninja, but if you have a NutriBullet or any other personal blender, and it just doesn't make smoothies, you can actually make a sauce. So basically, this would go in here, and I'm just gonna whiz it for 5 seconds because I have finished. I don't wanna make it too noisy for you guys. So you just basically, and literally, within 5 or 10 seconds, it's ready. And then when it's done, it looks like this. I actually made some earlier today because it's really good when it's cold and it creates like a nice, almost creaminess to it. See that? And it's really good when it's cold because it kind of gels together as well, which is nice too. So hello on board. Hey Bob, how are you? Hey Kate. And for those who just came on board, we're making fish tacos tonight. We just started making our lime crema dressing that's gonna go on our broccoli slaw. The ingredients that we used were fresh lime, lime zest, a little bit of honey, a little bit of milk, some plain yogurt. And this is a lighter version of a lime crema. Typical cremas that are out there, as Jerry was listening before, are combinations of heavy mayo and heavy sour cream. This is a really lighter, healthier version. So I'm gonna put in, and this is a half of an avocado. The recipe will call for a whole to serve for. And then all you need to do is just put it in to your broccoli slaw. Just like that. And mix it up. And this is gonna be such a nice addition to the cod when it's ready. Yum. And then what I like to do in the end is just season it up. I'm gonna probably season it up with a little, when I'm done with the fish, some salt and pepper. You can throw on some more cumin, whatever you like. Perfect. So this is your slaw. It's really delicious. I tasted it before. Let me just taste it again, just to give you the seal of approval. It's awesome. It's crunchy, it's delicious, great for lunch the next day. And the fact that the avocado has the lime in it, it shouldn't get brown, which is awesome too. So here's your avocado slaw. So now let's go over to the cooktop and make the fish, okay? Come on over. Thank you, Doug. So everybody say hi to Doug. Say hi, Doug.
Hey, everybody.
So I'm going to saute my fish. And what I'm going to do first is just warm up. I'm putting in actually a teeny bit more than a tablespoon of olive oil. And I'm just going to heat up my oil. And then for those of you who haven't been to Mona's Kitchen before, this is one of my little tricks that I like to use. It's a pastry brush. And what I do, I use it to kind of spread around the olive oil to kind of make sure it has enough surface area so when it gets warm and I put the fish in, it'll be great. Okay. So while that's heating up, that'll take about a minute. While I'm doing that, I'm going to season my fish. So I took about some cod. This is about a pound of cod fillet, the thicker cod. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to season it, almost put a rub on it, of a combination of paprika, chili powder, and oregano and cumin, which I pre-made. So here's my rub. I'm just basically going to put it, I'm going to spray with a little olive oil first. Now I'm going to put the rub on top, just for a second. And while I'm doing that really quickly, before I mix it up, I want to get my onions in because my cooktop. I love that sizzle sound, don't you? So awesome. So I'm putting in some onion just to get started because with any tacos, it's a warm taco. I wanted to make sure that we had some nice sauteed onions in that. Okay, so while that's cooking up, let's go back to the fish department. Hello, fish. Hello, Mona. See, the fish talking. So what I'm going to do here, right now it's fish with a whole bunch of seasonings. So what I'm going to do, I sprayed a little olive oil spray on, and I'm just going to season it up. And you could do this in a zippy bag if you wanted to, or just in a bowl like I'm doing myself. And it's good just do it with a fork because that way the smell of the fish doesn't get on your hands. It's more sanitary. And putting that little bit of spray, that olive oil spray, will help coat the fish better. So when you're done, this is what it should look like. So see, you have nice seasoned blackened fish. Who's on? Hey Kate, hey Jay, hey Leah, how are you? Okay, so we're gonna wait just a minute or two and just let these onions saute. And with this recipe, as within all my recipes, you're definitely gonna get your 2 to 3 cups of vegetables because you're at least gonna get a cup of vegetables from the slaw. And then the other vegetables that I'm choosing to include in fish tacos that are kind of different is that I'm putting in these onions. I'm gonna put in some tomatoes. I'm going to put in some corn, so that way you get a nice combination veggie, full of fiber, colors of the rainbow, all that good stuff. And fish tacos are really, really good for you. You know, there's not really a lot of fat at all. The sauce that I use, basically I use non-fat Greek yogurt. We have the half of an avocado. And then the only fat we're adding in is maybe this tablespoon of oil that I'm putting in for the fish. Fish is really lean and full of omega-3s, which is just so good. So this is pretty much getting translucent. I'm adding a few cloves of garlic. What I chose to do today, instead of cutting up the garlic, is I I get frozen garlic cubes that's made by an Israeli company called Dolgov. And you just kind of thaw them out, and it's really easy. You don't get the smell on your hands, and you just throw the garlic in. And for a mixture of flavors like this, I think it works really, really well. But you're just combining the flavors. I think for like a scampi, I would probably use the real thing, but for this, it's great. So, how's everybody doing today? Good? Beautiful day in the Northeast today. Finally, springtime. Okay, so this looks like it's pretty much translucent. This took about 3 to 4 minutes. And now we're going to add the fish. I'm going to add the fish. And the fish cooks up fairly fast. It's going to cook up in about 5 or 7 minutes. And I've already pre-cut the cod into pieces so that when we make our tacos, it'll be that much easier. If you wanted to and you wanted to put the whole fish in, you could, and then mash it up. I kind of like the chunk version of it than, you know, mush mash, but you can do, people do it different ways. I'm also going to be adding some lime juice. Lime juice is really good in this because it actually helps cook the fish up too. The acid helps cook up the fish. So we're just going to cook this up until the fish starts to flake, which really only takes a few minutes. Look, does it smell good?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
He's ready to go. He's always ready to eat. I love doing these, you know why? Because we get to eat right after, which is so awesome. They're whitening up. You want to put this on like a medium to high flame so they cook up pretty quickly. And you can use any kind of white fish. I chose cod. I live in New England. I like buying wild cod, but you can use any other white fish. It could be mahi-mahi. It could be flounder. You could use tilapia if you wanted to. I'm a big proponent of, I like the cod loin because it stays in shape. And the flounder's good for this too. You could even make, if you like shellfish, you could even make shrimp tacos and use this recipe as well. And that's what I really like about all of my recipes is that you're fairly flexible in what you really can do and what fish you want to put in here, whatever. I probably wouldn't put salmon in here. I don't think salmon would be, the flavor of the salmon would be just right for this, but I would definitely choose a white fish. Okay, so this is getting, see it's starting to flake, it's getting white. I'll show you guys, see, almost looks like white meat on the bottom, see that? So now I'm going to add my other vegetables to this. See, it's pretty easy, right guys? So I'm going to add some fresh tomatoes, because I want us to get our veggies in, and some corn. You could put beans in too if you wanted to. Sometimes I might do that, like some black beans. I make it really Mexican, add another source of protein in there. And then I'm going to add, typically this recipe calls for fresh cilantro. I'm definitely allergic to fresh cilantro, so I always substitute fresh basil for fresh cilantro, but if you want to put cilantro in, you can. If you want to use fresh parsley, you can, but I'm choosing to use fresh basil, so I'm just going to put some basil. And it makes it just smell really good. Look at this plant I bought today. Is this beautiful or what? Isn't that nice? And now I can make all the fresh basil things, and I'll probably have a bunch of recipes using fresh basil for the next few days. If you feel like it's getting a little bit dry, no worries. Then all you need to do, you can squeeze in a little bit more lime juice, which is what I'm going to do. Don't stress. It's all good. Hey Doug, you want to get the salsa out of the fridge? So then there's toppings for this. So you could do a whole bunch of different things with these fish tacos. If you don't want to use the taco and you want to make a fish salad, you could just throw this on some greens, which is awesome, and then you get more vegetables. How cool is that? If you want to put it in a soft taco, which we're doing today, if you're this recipe is gluten-free, and 99%, actually 100% of my recipes are gluten-free, which is so awesome too. You can put it in a corn tortilla, either soft or hard, or you could just eat it plain, like a bowl with some brown rice. So whatever you want to do. So,
oh, it's great.
Doesn't that look good?
Yes,
and
sure
how long did that take? 5 minutes, 6 minutes? Who's on? Hey Joyce, thanks for joining. Hey Sarah. Sarah always comes. I like when Sarah comes. She's funny. Okay. So check this out, guys. Doesn't this look beautiful? fish. How does it smell, Doug?
Smells great.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go back. So what I'm going to do now is probably add a little bit more spice because I just had the spice from the fish. So I'm just going to add a little bit more cumin, just a little bit more chili powder. And then if you guys like jalapeno, very spicy, you can cut in a jalapeno and put that in here. You can put serrano chilies, whatever you like. I just didn't see any in the store today. Otherwise, I would probably put in a jalapeno today. But, and I'm probably going to put that in my recipe too. All right. Maybe you'll open that for me. Okay. So what to do about the tacos? You have a couple of different options for tacos. One option is to go back to the cooktop and cook them up for like 20 seconds. The easy way to do it, or that I always do out of, because it's just simple, take 2 wet paper towels, get them damp, throw a couple of tortillas in the middle of it, and all you have to do is microwave it for 20 to 30 seconds. And then you're done. And then while this is cooking up, we can talk about different toppings. You can add, you have the slaw. We're going to put the slaw on top. And then we're going to add some salsa on top. You can add Greek yogurt. You can put in some cheese. Maybe we should get some cheese from the fridge.
Okay.
Get some shredded cheese is a good thing to add on top. If you want to add more avocado, you can slice up some avocado. So whatever you want to do it, it's just awesome. And it's just an easy, make fast meal. We cooked it up in 7 minutes. Let me show it to you again for those who just came on. So great. And let's now make a taco. And what I just did for those who just came on is I just heated up the taco for 30 seconds. So I have a plate right here. Move all this stuff. So let's just make a taco. I'll just show you how to do that. Okay. I'm going to go grab my spatula. And we're going to put some fish. So this is enough fish, guys. But this is enough for 2 people. It's a lot of food, right? And again, as I mentioned before, part of my Satisfy recipes, every recipe is under 500 calories. So you can have 2 of these with the slaw for under 500 calories. Isn't that great? So I have my taco. I'm going to put my slaw on top, or if you could choose to put the slaw on the bottom. Actually, I'm going to put the cheese on first because I like the cheese to melt. What do you think, Doug?
I like that too.
Yeah, I like that too. That's a secret. So if you put cheese, put it on top of the hot stuff so that it melts. And then maybe we'll put a little salsa on top of that. Have fun. I'll put a little salsa on top of that. And then I'm going to put it on some slaw. Or you can choose to eat the slaw separate.
Good enough to eat.
Right? And then I'm going to do a little sprinkle of chili powder on top. And you've got an amazing half of a dinner. That's half. You got 2 of these. And it's just a great dinner, full of fiber, delicious, savory. And as I mentioned before, you can sub in whatever fish, white fish that you want to use. And it's just a great, easy, simple recipe, especially for a weeknight or a Sunday night. So go make this. It's really good for you. And for those of you who are interested, this recipe will appear in my new book, Cookbook Satisfy, that's coming out this summer. And you can check out my new cookbook at www.monadolgov.com and go to shop and Satisfy. All about the cookbook will be there. Pre-order it now. They're going pretty fast. And it will be shipped to you by later this summer. And if you like what you see, invite your friends over. I want to, I'm doing this every night out of the goodness of my heart because I feel it's really important while we're in this whole situation being quarantined. If I can give you my gift to get you to eat healthier, then that's just so, so awesome. And what I want to do is really empower you and make you feel really comfortable and happy in the kitchen and have a really great, comfortable relationship with food. So it's a great, great, great recipe for fish tacos. Go make it, tell me, and if you do make it, send me a little note with a picture of it and let me know, okay? So have a great day, have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? I'm gonna go eat now. Bye.